Hello and welcome everyone. It's Miranda's Crafter, and it's time to get up and talk about the issues that are present in Ark Survival Evolved right now. So for me, I've been thinking a lot lately about Ark Survival Evolved. I feel like we're in a really good place right now. It's an inspiring kind of time. And it's really been giving me a lot to think about lately. With the prospect that the Ark Survival Ascended servers are fixing to open in October, which is literally just a month and a half away, hopefully. Possibly 2, if they drag it out till the end of October. It just really gives me a lot of stuff to ponder right now about how will the experience on the Ark Survival Ascended servers be. It's going to be a new time. It's going to be a different kind of feeling. Take us back to, I guess, like vanilla of Ark, you know, kind of like the experience the World of Warcraft players had when they got to go back to vanilla WoW after so many years of experiencing the game in its current form and the iterations that it took, going back and feeling the original feelings of the game again before all this feature creep and technology creep. And well, you know how Ark is. I mean, it just keeps going and going and going, and it gets way more ridiculous. As you can see, I'm fully invested in my tech. You know, I like my sleeping chambers, and I like my tech feeding troughs, and, you know, floating bases and all that kind of stuff. So I love tech, but I also am really intrigued about the idea of playing Ark again from its vanilla kind of state. And that's what I want to talk about today. So me and Browski, we're gonna go to our thinking place. Was that Browski? We're gonna go to our thinking place and we're gonna ponder this. So when I have my big thoughts that I like to think, I like to go to my thinking place and think about them. That's right up here. This is my thinking place. So we got to set the ambiance. And, oh, Browski, come on. You can't do that on camera, bro. Please don't do that on camera. We're trying to do a show here, and we can't have you pooping. So we'll get that. Pick that up. So let's set the ambiance. We'll get us a little campfire going. And let's sit up here and let's think our big thoughts. Let's think about what Ark Survival Ascended is going to be like. So what do you think, Browski? One of the things that I'm currently really thinking about is the experience without a lot of the technology creep again. So it's been said that, you know, possibly we're talking about having servers that don't have things like cryopods, maybe net guns, you know, because whenever the Ark Survival Ascended servers release, it's supposed to be mainly, it's only going to be the island and Scorched Earth at the start. So what that means is just the creatures that are on the island right now, which is where I'm at. You might recognize this place. I'm right here at the red obelisk. Got my base built there above the red obelisk. The servers that are going to go live at launch are the island and Scorched Earth. So that basically means that just those creatures that are there on the island now and Scorched Earth now are the ones that we'll be using. So does that mean that if we choose to load up on the island, that we won't have access to any wyverns? Yeah, I think it does. I think it means that some of the dinosaurs that we have come to rely on so heavily, like wyverns, rock drakes, things that aren't on the island or aren't on scorched earths, won't be available for us to use. I don't know about you, but that's kind of interesting to me. It really makes me think that I could feel the progression of Ark all over again. And I'm kind of down with that. I mean, I'm kind of excited about the thought of only having access to island creatures, or if I choose to play on Scorched Earth, only having access to Scorched Earth creatures and engrams and items. Because they also said that there won't be any server transfers at first for a while. So whatever map you choose to load up on, I guess the island or scorched earth, sorry, I think that's going to be kind of what you roll with. Am I going to feel the burn from not having cryopods? Yeah, I will. But it'll also be kind of fun, I think, in a way, because it's going to force me to play in a different manner than what I'm used to now. Because right now we've got tech creep. I mean, I've got a tech item for everything I could ever dream of. But when Ark first came out, the sense of adventure was more, because you had to really consider your moves and how to transport dinos around the world. You know, when you tamed something, you didn't just stick it in a cryopod and then take it back to your base. You kind of had to think about, how am I going to get this thing home? How am I going to get this thing back to base safely? And then that was part of the journey, you know. And then came cryopods, and, you know, while cryopods serve a very relevant purpose and they help with server load and stability and all that kind of stuff, they really made a lot of the things in the game that were so much fun at the beginning trivial, because then you just stick the dino in a cryopod and you just walk it back home in your pocket, or fly it back home in your pocket, or teleport back home, or whatever. And that added element of the journey was gone. So I'm looking forward to this kind of time. I'm looking forward to having a taming session that doesn't revolve around net gunning everything. You know? I'm looking forward to a time where you really have to think about building an intricate trap and finding a way to build a trap on a server that's pillared out the wazoo. I mean, I don't even know how that's going to work. Hopefully they've thought about that and they can implement something that will keep people from doing that. But yeah, that's a whole nother issue that we're going to have to go through again. It was it's been a hectic period in Ark's official server times, where people would capture all the land and then you couldn't find anywhere to build. That was something that was a big deal back in the day. Now we're going to have to feel that again. That initial land rush, that's something else we haven't even talked about yet. The initial land rush, where you're going and getting a piece of land, and can you even get the piece you want? And now I'm forced to think about, where would I even like to have a base? So that initial land rush, that's got me kind of excited, because that's something I haven't had to think about in a while in Ark. I haven't had to think, this is a fresh map. I'm going to be one of the first people on the server. I'm going to initially be trying to go secure that location that I want to make my base, possibly for the next who knows how many years. This is a big question. This is a big thing to ponder. This is what's exciting about this whole time to me. This makes me have something to think about that I haven't had to think about with Ark for a long time. It's fun. It really is. And that's one of the reasons why I'm excited about Ark Survival Ascended's release. I had planned on running some servers for people that wanted to be, that were part of the community, that maybe wanted to play together, that wanted to play with me, and, experience the experience on some servers that we can control. We can change the spawns and have events and do the things we want to do. And I still plan on doing that. That hasn't changed. But now the desire to actually get back on an official server is there again. Don't get me wrong, I don't have any desire to see the toxicity that is an official PvP server. That's not anywhere in my mind at this point. But the allure of an official PvE server is very tempting. It's very tempting. And it's something that I'm not sure if I'm going to want to let go away. Because right now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, wow, where on this map would I like to put my base? There's so many cool base ideas that I have. But on an official server, I never really got to try them. Maybe you would want to go try to put your base on that mountain over there. Or maybe you would like to try to build you a base in that swamp. Or maybe, you want to have your base near the ocean to where you can have a base on land and in the water as well, to where you can do water dinos and, land dinos. I don't know. It's so tempting to think about all these things now. Do I want to build a base in this area right here with this cool looking waterfall, and I can have this really cool aesthetic waterfall base with a fishing pond, and or do I want to be somewhere like this over here where I can build a base partly on land but have it flow out into the ocean to where I can then go with water dinos and dive deep and breed basilosaurs and sharks and all that fun stuff. I don't know. It's all so exciting now, and the possibilities are open again. It makes you think. How do you want these things to work out? How do you want these things to be? And it just opens up Ark again for me. Something I haven't had to feel for a long time. And I'm just really thrilled about it. I personally think this is going to be an exciting time for all the people that love and want to play Ark. I think this is going to be a time of renewed interest, and I think even though we were told that the upgrade would be free, and we're going to get, all who've purchased Ark are going to get it as a free upgrade, that type of thing, and now that we know that it's a paid expansion, I don't mind. I don't mind paying for it again, because I think it's going to be a whole new experience. I think it's going to be the type of thing that's going to revitalize the community, and it's something that we've been kind of wanting for a long time, I mean, can you really legitimately say that if you're a Ark player, that this is not something you're interested in? I mean, really, think about it. this is something that we've been asking for in our hearts for a long time. We've been wanting something to revitalize the game and make it new again. Yes, Ark 2 was going to be kind of that thing that did that for us, because it's going to be a new experience with new mechanics and all that, but who knows how long that's going to be. 2024, 2025? With Wildcard, anything's possible, bro. It could be 2026 for all we know. So let's grab a hold of Ark Survival Ascended while we can, and let's make the most of it. Let's try the love on the official servers again and see what that's about. You know, let's feel that experience again. Let's create our unofficial servers to where we can play Ark how we will and feel that feeling once again. Anyway, that was just my thoughts, kind of a little fireside chat about the experiences that we could possibly be having soon. Now me and Browski, we're going to go do some adventuring and get ourselves prepared for Ark Survival Ascended. I'll talk at you later. This is Miranda's Crafter and Browski, and we're out.